Yo, what is going on? Today we're out in Pennsylvania once again. Just got away from good old New York. Well, was in Baltimore and then headed north towards New York and then west towards Pennsylvania. But this is not going to be a trucking related video. Well, kind of, but not really. So that's what you're looking for. I don't know what to tell you. Basically, that whole area of, the surrounding area of New York is like one of the biggest offenders of this little issue that I have with the American way or whatever. I don't know. It's a strange thing. Like the keeping up with the Joneses situation. And you know how people say that, keeping up with the Joneses or whatever. It's like just basically pointless consumerism or whatever, where they're just buying new stuff to have new stuff, having nicer stuff just to have nicer stuff. They don't really, you don't really need it or whatever. Like, you just kind of do it because why not? Or, there's nothing wrong with what you had, but you just go out and get something new. And the thing that brought me to this was, I'm driving through this city. I can't remember the name of the city exactly, but just normal town or whatever. And I mean, if you look up, actually, you can kind of see it up in the right-hand corner of the screen. This is kind of what I'm talking about. You see all those buildings up there. It's just like a massive amount of condos or whatever they're doing there. Something like that. Condos, apartments, partial houses, or whatever you call that. I don't even know. Duplexes, that's what you call that. But yeah, I saw some stuff like that, and then I saw all kinds of dealerships and stuff like this, and I was like, I gotta make this, I gotta make the video. I don't know what to tell you. It just amazes me that people are so involved with the rat race. Like, they have to have, this lovely little life to feel good about themselves. It's just the strangest thing in the world to me. And it probably does have something to do with the fact that I am fairly unplugged from general life, and I don't know. I got a lot of time to myself where nothing is really, my appearance is not really about, my appearance is not really about, looking cool or whatever. It's about, utility. That's, the point of this truck is, to get good gas mileage and pull, loads that it needs to. The way that I dress is, basically revolving around, the fact that I have to go to steel places, and they generally require high vis and steel-toed shoes and pants. So I just wear it all day, and I don't really change out of it or whatever. And the funny thing is, when I go home, a lot of times I don't change out of it either. I just keep wearing it. But I'm trying to get out of that habit. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. I just gotta learn how to decompress completely when I'm home. I've never been really good at that or whatever, but so it probably has something to do with that. The fact that I don't really look at my appearance as I gotta look cool for other people type of a deal. It's just a completely utility-based situation. Man, it's a windy one. I don't know if you can hear it, but probably. Just getting blown around all the time. But yeah, I mean, I do not understand how people can, at 18 years old, go to college, whatever. You say you get out at 22. And then from 22 to 65 or whatever, we'll just say 65, you're working, 40 something hours a week and blowing it. I do not understand this. Like, there's no money being put away for, like, just for whatever reason. Like, I just have money laying around just for no reason. It's not really doing anything. It's not really invested in anything. It's just kind of there just in case I come across something that, I actually need, or, a good opportunity that I would want to take, or just, like, whatever. Like, something happens and I, like, have to use some sort of money. Like, it's just laying around. It's just there for whatever. You know what I mean? And, like, it seems like general people don't really have that. Seems like general people, like, there was some study where apparently most people, and I can't remember the exact percentage, so that's why I just say most people, because it was like, I want to say it was either like, it was somewhere in the range of 50% to 70%, something like that. I mean, you can look this up, but they don't have $1,000 in savings. So basically, they're living paycheck to paycheck, and if they had an emergency, it would be catastrophic. And they'd be like, oh my God, like, I don't even know what we're going to do. Like, just whatever happens. I mean, you make up your own thing. I don't really have the imagination right now. A little too early or whatever. No, not that bad, but that's my excuse. I'm going to stick to it. Like, they just, I do not understand this. And I don't know what to chalk it up to exactly, but the fact that people just, like, buy new cars and buy new houses and new phones and all this stuff that, like, their old stuff is working just fine. And, like, if you kind of take care of it or whatever, like, it's obviously going to, look good enough. It's going to be presentable or whatever. All right, we'll pass you. It's going to look good enough. It's going to be presentable. But, like, people don't think like that. They think, like, so-and-so got, this situation. That thing's pretty cool. I think I want to get one too, or I want to get something that's nicer or whatever. And, I mean, I see this everywhere. It's ridiculous. I mean, family, friends, all kinds of stuff like that. It's just like, and I mean, social media. Oh, this could be a multi-part video, but social media is really bad with this sort of a deal, and I think that, like, people might pay attention to it too much, and then they're like, oh, like, maybe I should treat myself to something or whatever. I don't know. Like, I don't know how these people do it. I don't know how these people do it. But you always see these people, like, on vacation, buying a new car, doing something that's more fun than your little average life or whatever that you're doing. And I think that people get down on that or whatever. They're like, oh man, like, why can't I live like that or whatever? But it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be some sort of shifty nature to whatever is going on there. I don't know what any of these people are doing. If their parents are funding this, I mean, these are, like, people my age, where they're, like, in college or, like, just got out of college, and they're, like, buying brand new cars and, like, going on trips to wherever. And it's like, how, like, where do you get this magical money from? Like, I mean, it absolutely amazes me. Like, I don't know if they're just working hard, saving it, and then getting rid of it or what, but it's like, it's the strangest thing in the world to me. I mean, that kind of ties up into the whole keeping up with the Joneses thing. Like, back in the day, it was not, like, keeping up with the Joneses was just, like, your general, well, I guess that's wrong here. It was, like, just your general friend group and, like, neighbors or whatever. And you're just like, oh, like, friggin' Jim Bob got a new whatever the heck, and, maybe I should get something else or whatever, because my whatever is kind of outdated. Or, like, that's just this is just how I feel like people think or whatever. I don't actually think like this generally, but yeah, I mean, it seems like other people kind of think like that. I mean, just to give you an example, what's going on in my life is like the video or the device that I'm using to record this right now it's the same iPod that I bought when I was in high school. I think I was like in sophomore year or something like that when I bought this thing. So it's like it's almost 10 years old. Actually, wow, I can't believe the thing's lasted that long, actually. It's not 10 years old. Pretty close. Yeah, it's in there. Being that I'm 23 now. Sounds old. But yeah, stuff like that. My truck is as old as me, like personal truck. You know, all kinds of stuff. Like I never really buy anything new or like even close if I don't have to. Like if I have to get something that's brand new, then yeah, like that's a good idea. Example of that is like the snowblower that I bought. I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah, like do you want to buy something that someone had secondhand and it's already been used for a pretty good amount of time, or just, you know, take the hit financially and not, or like know the history of it and basically have something that's good to go right away? I mean, it's not that expensive of an item, so it's not that big of a deal, you know what I mean? I don't know. This is just how I feel. People just stay on, like, I do not understand. Do these people not get sick of running around on the freaking hamster wheel? I do not understand, like, why people, you know, continue to just blow their money and, you know, just make weird financial choices and all this stuff. I don't really get it, but I guess it's not for me to get. You know, I guess I'll leave it at that. Oh, yeah. But yeah, that is how I feel. Almost time to pick up my stuff, start heading back towards the Midwest here, so I will let y'all go. So I will see you on the next one, and have a good one. Bye-bye.